Welcome back to a look into the future. What would you do if you can go into the future and ask yourself a question? Luckily, we can just ask the time traveler himself, Paul Latham, and we can learn the knowledge we need at our firms today to evolve into advisory services and become the most relevant advisor to our clients. Paul brings three amazing things with him. Number one, he's built a successful accounting practice in the UK, so he understands accountants. He is one. In fact, he built his firm into an advisory powerhouse, which we've heard more and more about as we talk about these episodes here, which sold for $45 million way back in 2001. Number two, he's taken a business public, building it to an impressive market value in excess of $400 million. So he really understands what business owners need and value, and what we as accountants need to provide to them. And finally, as I said, number three, we don't need to invent time travel. We can just ask Paul and learn from the transition he made 20 years ago in the UK into providing business advisory services, as that trend is here today in the United States. I'm Garrett Wagner, your entrepreneurial CPA channel host, and I'm excited to be joined by the legendary Paul Latham of Rock Solutions. On today's show, I'm very excited because when we wrapped up one of the prior shows, we started to talk a little bit, I heard Paul mention, the three ingredients of success. And I'm curious to hear more about how we can define and quantify success when we work with our clients, because after all, we're accountants. We like to be specific. So Paul, take us through the process.
Hi, Garrett. Yep, thanks for the introduction. A key lesson really from providing business advisory services to business owners over the last 25 plus years has been a concept that you referred to that I call the three ingredients of business success. And really this started from the realization of working with business owners that most business owners actually lack sophistication when it comes to business strategy. And the truth is, they don't want to admit that, but what they're really looking for is what I call common sense advice, something that they can understand and becomes intelligible to them. They can get their head around it and it's applicable to their business. And essentially what we do is we provide them with a framework or a process to grow their business. And the start of this framework is the three ingredients of business success. And really what I do is I encourage business owners in the first place to think about business strategy just like they would if they were going on any journey. So if we go through the three ingredients of business success, which are vision, plan, and desire, and then put that into the context of a journey, step one is vision, or using the metaphor. You'd never go on any journey without first establishing your ultimate destination. And it's exactly the same, or should be exactly the same, with business strategy. You need to establish your vision. Where is it your business is going, and what's it going to look like when you get there? And then step two, plan, or using the metaphor of a journey. Having established your direction, the next step on any journey decision would be to plan the route and, how are we going to get there? And this also becomes like a metaphor for the appropriate business structure. So in exactly the same way on a journey, you decide the appropriate vehicle, a car, a plane, or a bike, etc., then you should be thinking about your business structure in the concept, or in the context, I should say, of your vision, not the other way around. And lots of business owners or even advisors start with structure before understanding what it is we're trying to do or where we're trying to get to. And then third, desire. So having established direction and the best route, then what you also know with any journey is that you have to really want to make the trip if you're going to be bothered to make the trip. And rather than just daydreaming about taking that trip to Acapulco one day, similarly with strategy, you actually have to do it. You have to have sustained effort to implement. And metaphorically, the business owner needs to keep filling up with gas if they're going to arrive at their ultimate vision or destination. And the big message for business owners is all three of those ingredients of business success, vision, plan, and desire, need to be working together in harmony to maximize business potential. I hope that makes sense.
Oh yeah, that makes complete sense. And I like what you said, especially in the beginning, was business owners are looking for simple, concrete advice to get them where they need to go. You know, a lot of CPAs and practitioners get overwhelmed of, oh my God, I need to come with this huge, complicated consulting package, this huge, complicated thing. And it's not this complicated, huge process. It's that simple. How do I get them from A to B?
Yes.
And how do we help them all sometimes figure out what is A to B? So Paul, I like the concept. I like, we got vision, plan, desire. So my question for you, with those three components, are they all equally important, or is there a balancing act between the three?
Yeah, it's a good question, actually. And there definitely is a good or a balancing act between the three, because all of those are fundamentally important. I mean, for example, on any journey, if we had not established that we were wanting to go to Acapulco, then the chances of actually arriving there would be almost nil. And to be honest, that's why you see lots and lots of business owners, what I call driving around in circles, because they've not established their direction. So, you know, going back to your question, yeah, there's a balancing act between the three because they are all important. However, even though I think each element is important, I do think that there is one ingredient of business success that's the most important of them all, and that one is desire. Bottom line, I mean, I'm a business advisor, you're a business advisor, we're helping our clients, and clients with the help of a business advisor. It's relatively easy for a business owner to be able to establish a clear vision of the business that they want to build. Let's just say you were my client. If I spent a day with you, less than a day, we could establish a really clear vision. And I can, to use a phrase I sometimes use, I can inject you with a business vision. Similarly, with the help of a business advisor, the business owner can relatively easily establish detailed action plans. So if you and I were to work together then to say, we need to, for example, create a plan around how we're going to win new customers, then that's a little bit harder than creating a vision, but it takes days and weeks rather than months. But the crucial point is, again, I can inject you with the vision and I can inject you with a plan. However, whilst I can help you with the vision and the plan, I do believe that the business owner and their team increasingly need to bring their own desire. I can't inject you with desire. And so I think that's the difference. I can inject you with a vision, I can inject you with a plan, but I can't inject you with the desire if you're not enthusiastic about it in the first place. And basically, given that the desire element or the implementation part, that takes months and years of effort potentially to reach that vision. So I think what the business advisor can do, they can't inject you with desire, but what the business advisor can do is hold you as the business owner accountable, agree to hold you accountable, because you know you want to get to this vision, you know you want to get to this plan, you definitely have the desire, but like everybody else, it's easy to fall back into business as usual. So it's a good thing for the business advisor to hold the business owner accountable, and to stop them really from letting their plans gather dust and help them to turn their vision into reality. So going back to your question, they're all really important, but of them all, desire is the key ingredient, I think.
I would agree with you. Desire is so important for your clients, but I like how you frame that up. If we can help them with their vision and the plan and really frame those together, sometimes all the clients know they want to be successful, but sometimes they get overwhelmed. Oh my God, I've got some desire, but I don't have a vision, I don't have a plan. They get overwhelmed. If you can help them frame those first two, a lot of times it helps that structure of the desire. They get more motivated, you hold them accountable, and it just drives things forward at a much more accelerated pace. And that's the beauty of the great role we get to provide as advisors. We get to help clients with something that really, really matters. So as always, Paul, thanks for the time. I always learn something, and I know our audience will do as well. Now, something we both talk about behind the scenes, we're always surprised that most CPA firms we talk with, they're not ready for the future. And more importantly, they don't even realize it. We think you need to know where you stand today. Is your firm ready for the future and ready to shift into becoming the most relevant advisor? Just take a few minutes of your time and sign up for your own biz survey. Get a free objective assessment of how prepared your firm is for the future. It's a special offer for watching this show. We're going to provide you with the results of your biz score and a quick pub meeting, as Paul says, to review the results with the Hayden Rock team. There's a link below no matter where you're watching this. I encourage your firm to take the test and see how ready your firm is for future success. Thanks everybody for watching. Click to subscribe to our YouTube channel, get all the updates. And as always, we challenge you to take action today to change the world and invest in yourself.